Okay, so the first thing I like to do once we got our canvas on here is to tone the canvas. Now you can see here I still have old paint from a painting I did yesterday. I like, as soon as I finish a painting, I like to just throw another canvas on and start another one and just keep that chain going. But I'm going to tone this canvas and then I'm going to clean this palette and prep some other paints. And while I'm doing that, this canvas, the tone can dry a little bit. It's so watered down with mineral spirits, it dries really quickly. But it's nice just to give it at least like 10 minutes to dry. And then it's just not so wet when you touch it, you know, it won't come off. So I like to tone with these kind of big fat, I don't know if that's gonna, anyway. You get the idea. Big fat bristle brush. So, and then I also think about the color of the tone. This isn't really like that important, but this image is really warm, so I'm going to do kind of a more warm, you know, tone for the toning of the canvas. You know, you don't have to do that, but I like to. So you get really water that paint down with your mineral spirits. You know, get pretty generous with those spirits. You don't want it too watered down because we're going to end up wiping this off in a second. If it's too watered down, you won't get enough tone on there that when you wipe it off, you know, it's not going to be enough. So you want it pretty watered down, but not too crazy. And then I even like to make even this toning of the canvas. I'll try to make it a little bit interesting looking. So maybe leave some of it open on the bottom or whatever and just have fun with it. And then you take a clean towel and then just wipe this off. And depending on how thick you just put it on there, how much mineral spirits was on there. See, I kind of could have made that a little thicker. It would have been a little darker. That's not bad. And then I usually like to take this, you know, this value finder. I usually want it to be, you know, a nice mid-tone value. So yeah, I could probably make it a little lighter. You know, now we're getting closer to this one, which is where I want to be. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just something close, just to get rid of that white of the canvas. And then on your image, if you got areas that are going to be really light, I like to just go in and take out a little extra. I think this is going to be the lighter side of the face, so just go in and take a little extra out. You know, you ain't got to really be too exact on that. And then, just to have a little extra fun, make this a little more interesting. This doesn't always come through in the final painting, but I like to just dip a little bit of just mineral spirits on a clean brush, and then I'm just going to take it and just flick a little bit. Don't put too much on. That just gives it a little kind of speckled effect. And a lot of times that doesn't even make it through to the final painting, but sometimes you might see it up in the corners or something. It looks kind of cool. I might do this also with the underpainting, like the first, you know, block-in stage of the painting. And a lot of times that doesn't make it to the end either, but it's cool if it works out and it peeps out somewhere. Okay, so that's our underpainting, or our toning of the canvas. So this is just kind of setting up for a second. Now I go ahead and just clean this palette.